Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. There is always a market for what you present. Always a market. See, understand one thing. Now, I'm known for talking about body game. And, you know, I've said several times, yeah, if you have some muscles, you're going to get some women. Now, they'll have a bigger market, but I've also said just get your best body and see who likes it. I'm known for talking about a tribe. Every man has a group of women who will fall for him. Every man. Now, for some, it's larger. That's just a reality. For some, it's larger. For some, it's smaller. But every man has a market, and the key is one, present your best self. Your best self. And then two, actually become conscious of your tribe, of your market. And once you do that, boom, boom. Like, let's talk about the body type. I'm known for talking about body game. Now, I've had some guys, no matter what, anytime I say muscle, they'll say, well, you know, I got a little bit of gut and everything. There's some women who like that. I could think in my head, I can think of several baddies who like a dude with a little bit of gut. Hey, there's a market for it. Shoot, and I've said several times, I know a young lady, I hadn't talked to her in years, but she need a clinically obese dude. She like a big round dude. There are some women who like a big man. There's some women, you gotta be tall and slim. That's the market. Even short-statured men. I've met a few women, they prefer a short-statured man because they feel like they'll work harder. There's women who like ugly men. There are women who like, they say it. They'll say a little bit ugly, medium ugly, or whatever. There's a market for it. And shoot, even guys on the autism spectrum, there's some women who might deal with them, regardless. Now, like I said, it's just to be real. Some men are going to have a larger market than others. And, you know, you want to work for it. You want to have as big a market share as possible. But there's somebody who will like you. You have to present it. But see, that's just part of it. When you present your best self, and then you get conscious of who you can deal with. You become conscious. You're like, okay, when I deal, like for myself, I know as soon as I talk with a woman, I already have a general idea how far to go. Because I was like, okay, women like this generally show interest in me. Generally, over the years. It's always the same types. Certain types. And, you know, when you're looking at your tribe, you got to look at more than just their physicality. Part of it is that. Seriously, part of it is that. If you pay close attention, women of a certain body build will like you. But that's just a certain thing. You also talk about social class. Which class of women generally go for you? Which class of women? Are they like ratchet? If they ratchet, I feel sorry for you. Or are they working class? Are they like that, bohemian type of women? You know, they want to drink that herbal tea, go to the yoga class. Are they the corporate type of women? Are they the IG baddies? Like, let me use the IG baddies. There's always going to be a man they go for. And it's not always who you think. Because I remember one baddie in particular. She was Hispanic. And she one time showed a picture of her man. And that dude was short statured. He had a gut. He didn't look like, you know, like supermodel of the world type. He didn't look like that at all. He looked like a regular dude. But I think for her brand, she deleted that pic for her brand. Because one thing about IG women, they ain't going to generally show their man because they know the guys are supporting them and following them. And they don't want to mess up their fantasies. Now, some other ones don't give a shit. They'll let you know. But that's their brand. That's their market. See, you got to figure it out. And see, the thing is, you have to pay attention. And the only way you can do this is you have to get out. You got to pay attention. Every time you date a woman, you meet a woman, she shows some interest. You got to ask yourself, okay, what social class is she? What's her education level? Like every little thing you can think of. What's her religion? I always talk about my young friend who is very strict on only dealing with a guy who worships his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I mean, she's strict with it. She is strict with it. And he has to also have a certain look for her. But guys who have that, that's their market. You know? You could be a nerd. You could be a nerd. A lot of guys say, oh, women don't like me. I'm nerdy. I'm into anime. You know, if I go to a local Comic-Con, like a county thing, right? I see nothing but young ladies in there. I see nothing but young ladies in there. Yeah, of course you're going to see the guys, but it's like fairly attractive young ladies. And in fact, where I live, I've seen a lot of guys who would be considered nerdy walking around with a decent young lady. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. How you look. Somebody likes what you have. Somebody. It's just a matter of finding it. And if you got to travel, change your location, you might have to. It is what it is, because one big issue is a lot of guys might not just be in the right place. A lot of guys, you know, and you don't necessarily have to go overseas. A lot of guys say, well, I'll go to another country. It's still the same thing. It's still the same thing. Because once you understand who you are, you can go anywhere. You might have to just move like a few blocks away. You might have to go to different events. You might have to just pay attention to different things. You know, you could just change your gym. You could just change the gym that you go to and use because it's a matter of finding like-minded. Now, how to find that is easy. What do you like to do? Seriously, what do you like to do? Are you a person like going to art shows? Okay, you go to art shows and pay attention to the women there. You like going to the gym? Okay. Pay attention to the women who are going to be in the gym. You like going to bookstores? I'm big on bookstores. So if I'm walking through a bookstore and I see somebody just browsing the books, it's like, oh, okay, there might be a possibility there. Especially if they browsing the same type of books. You go to the same section. I've actually had that in the past, of being in a bookstore or something in a certain section and be some women in there at the same time. You know, looking at the same books. You automatically got something to talk about. Because remember, what did I say on Friday? That woman needs to be within your boundary. And I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. If you stick in your boundary, if you stay in your lane, that's the main thing. You stay in your lane. Now, I know some guys say, well, I don't like the women in my lane. They ugly. They this and that. Change your lane then. You got to look at yourself and upgrade yourself. If that's what you're getting, and I said that in a video before, that's what you getting, that's what you broadcasting. You change yourself, you change the women. It's that simple. It's that simple. But there's a market for it. And let me use that example of you only getting ugly women. That's still a market. You might not like the market, but that's still a market. So that's a prime example of that. Now, if you don't like the market, change it. Like I said, just change it. Change your lane. Change how you present yourself. And you'll find it. There's somebody. Because I'm going to tell you something I found out here. People are making relationships more difficult than they need to be. They really are. Ultimately, there's somebody for everybody. Ultimately. Now, like I said, some men are going to have a larger market. I prefer to be in a position, and what I teach is expand your market. But it's still a market, though. If it's small, you just have to stay focused on that. You know, you can't get mad about it. If you want to stay whatever market you in, if that's where you want to stay, you got to stick with it and find the woman who deals with it. That's it. And the main thing, to even find that market, you got to go out. You have to interact. You have to talk to women. That's why I always say you still got to go out. You could probably find somebody if you go out, if you hit the gym, if you go to art shows, if you shop at a organic food market, if you shop at a farmer's market. You might want to be one of those types like going to farmers markets. There'll probably be some women there who like the same thing. Automatically, you got something to talk about. because the root word of relationship is relate. So I want y'all to think about that, all right? So that's all I have for right now. Hey, I'm getting better with that, because I used to say that's all I had for today, and then y'all know I pop up a car video, but I'm getting better at that. That's all I have for right now. So anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.